to All In Uncensored with Ryan and Bryon.
Well, here we are, episode 15.
Can you believe it?
Yeah, I can now.
I can too.
Yeah, we're on a roll, and it feels good.
I don't know if we talked about this last time, but the first few shows I was so nervous. Now I don't give a shit.
I don't either. I really don't care what people think.
I don't either.
I just hope that we provide value to people. That's all that matters.
That is all that matters.
Yeah.
Let's get into the nitty gritty.
Yeah, I mean, I thought, so look, in past shows we say, hey, our next guest is going to be, but I'll tell you what, between the flu bug going around and people's schedules being wonky, it just hasn't lined up. So we won't try to announce what our next show is going to be, but we'll try to get our guests on that we've been promising you due to scheduling conflicts and illnesses and stuff like that. But I thought today,
We're going to talk about real shit.
Yes, we're going to get real today. It's been, I don't know about you, but I know about myself and a lot of other people around me. It's been a rough week.
I don't know why, but I just feel like there's dark clouds everywhere, and I'm kind of down in the dumps. And, you know, you and I do usually a good job of lifting each other up, and this week we're looking at each other like, what's wrong with you?
Yeah, misery loves company this week.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, we talk a lot about having your mindset right, and I've been doing what we have. We've been really consistent on the Miracle Morning stuff, and that's been really fun. And I have blasted through. I think I've read 8 books
That's
so far.
insane, man. That's awesome.
A lot of them on business, a lot of them on mindset. And you get to a week like this, and you think to yourself, "What the hell am I doing? This is bullshit." But you know, we had a great talk yesterday on the phone, and some of it was not the most positive stuff, but something that you said hit me really hard. This is the point where we learn the most.
Yep.
You know, our mindset is right. You're going to have bad days. You're going to have bad weeks, and that's quite all right. Everybody does.
Yep, you're going to get bad beats. You're going to have bad luck. I mean, sometimes it comes in 2s, 3s, and even 4s. And I kind of felt like this was kind of one of those weeks, or maybe even months.
Yeah.
And it is what it is, you know. We're going to, like we talked about last night, and like you said, this is exactly where we're going to learn and grow, is in the times of the biggest challenges and frustrations that present themselves. So it's how we choose to respond to that that's going to.
Well, showing positivity is a huge thing. I was talking to somebody yesterday, and again, they're like, your positivity in this market is remarkable. Like, nobody is, and we take pride in that.
We do.
Even though we're feeling down in the dumps, we don't portray that outward.
Right.
And, you know, just showing others positivity, even though sometimes you're struggling, is a huge key in life.
Yeah, I think it's really hard because it's not just, I sense it from a lot of people around us, and it's not that they're being intentionally negative. They're just all having like kind of the same funk, you know. I don't know if it's like atmospheric pressure changes, planetary alignment. I don't know what the hell it is, but it's something.
Let me ask you this. Do you feel like this week in where you've been, do you feel like anything that we've done so far is a failure?
No, I don't.
I don't feel like it's failure either. I feel like we're just struggling with stuff, and we have so much on our plate. It's so funny. You know, we're now opening our office, and that's an amazing feeling. And there were so many steps to get to this point. Those are now, the individual things are now off our list, and we always talk and say, we just got to get that one thing off, and then it's past us. But 4 more things pile up.
Yeah, priority dilution.
But these are all fun things. I feel like, even though some of them kind of bring me down and I get overwhelmed with things, the website's a great example. We're getting our website up and running, and we found a great company to help us build our website. And I don't know why, but I was thinking in my mind,
5 minutes, a couple clicks, and we're going to be up and running.
Yeah.
But did you think that?
I 100% thought that. I thought Monday morning that was our number one goal. Get the website going, pay for it. It's all templates, right? So you choose 10 templates, out of 10 templates. And Bryon and I did a really cool exercise.
Yeah.
Bryon said, okay, there's 10 templates. How are we going to pick one? And he said, open it up. You pick 3. I'll pick 3. And then if one of those lands on the same, that's it. And I started, I was like, I picked 2. He's like, well, my number 1 is 1. I'm like, oh, that's not it. He goes, what's your next one? I go, 4.
And mine was 5.
And yours was 5. We're like, shit, this is not good.
Yeah. And then we were like, okay, drum roll, please.
Number 9.
Yep, number 9. That was the
picked
decision.
number 9. So I jump on and I get in there and I'm thinking, 3, 4, 5 clicks and submit and we're good. Well, I didn't think about all the other stuff that you have to put, taglines and who we are and all that other stuff and things that we didn't think about.
Updating our stale 12-year-old bio on our loan page. I mean, I read my old bio. I'm like, oh boy, that's like early 2000 type stuff.
I updated mine when we came over here in LinkedIn, so I just copy and pasted that.
That's good.
But I opened it up and saw all this stuff and immediately just felt this huge sense of being overwhelmed.
Yeah. I'm right there with you. So that was going on, and I had budgeted like 15 minutes in my calendar. Next thing I know, I'm like, oh, this might be a 2-day project or a 3-day project. But you know what? We did? We were frustrated, but instead of throwing our hands up and giving up, we just like dug in and just took action on it.
We did.
Yep. We just motored through it and embraced the suck of having our expectations be dashed as to what it was actually going to be.
I worked on it for about an hour, and then I literally was so overwhelmed. I was like, you know what? This is tabled tomorrow. Now I know what I'm looking at.
Yep. But then we each started making contributions, and so many hands made the work a lighter load.
We got Anthony involved, and he jumped in, did his bio and everything, and overlooked all the words and stuff that we had put on, and
yeah,
I feel like it's going to be really good.
It's going to actually really be kick-ass. I'm excited about it.
Yeah.
And not only that, but our website will have our podcast streaming video content, and we're going to be able to create a lot of shorts too, and the education pieces we've been talking about, the loan process and that kind of thing. That'll all be on our website, so people can refer back to that. That's been a vision of ours, and we're going to get there.
How about, let's talk about being collaborative real quick. Let's talk about Alan.
Yeah.
Alan.
Yeah.
I was thinking Alex. I don't know.
Alan K. We'll just call it
Alan K. He's going to help us with some lead generation stuff, and he said, "You guys are awesome, and I want to help you grow even more than that. And I will take Facebook off your hands. I'll create your Facebook page, your Instagram page,
Google business page,
and run with those." And that was such a huge weight lifted off our shoulders. And he's going to take some of this content and put it out on our All-In YouTube channel. And the education process of all of that is going to start. We're going for it.
Yeah, it's going to be absolutely amazing. I'm, to have a partner like that, and he's not making any money. We're doing the ad spend on the sales funnels. He doesn't make his money until we actually have a deal under contract and it closes.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he's all in with us, and that's amazing.
Huge
I'm excited.
asset.
Yeah, I'm excited to be partnering with you. So shout out to you, Alan. I know when you listen to this at some point, we want to give you kudos, man.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah, thank you so much. So yeah, it's just been a grind this week, but one thing that I've learned, so out of this, like we're talking about learning, I kind of had this epiphany this morning. So like in the past, I would typically fall into bad old behavioral patterns. So times like this, when anxiety and stress start to take over, and maybe fear and doubt, and maybe even a little bit of depression, my go-to is kick back on the couch, close the curtains, throw on some Netflix, and just check out and forget about the day, right? So my choice in responding has been different this time. It's been, nope, I'm going to get up, roll up my sleeves, and just continue to take action and push through this, continue to pursue my miracle morning routine. And honestly, that's kind of helped me pull through this a lot quicker than I thought.
That is all 100%. And we keep each other accountable to that stuff.
Yeah.
Collaboration with Alan's been huge, and everybody. The start of this podcast has created a lot of opportunities for collaboration. We talked a little bit about Loan Club last week. Loan Club is collaboration to the highest degree. Iron sharpens iron, and we have got together a group of, I think we're about 8 to 10 people now.
High caliber, high character people.
All in the mortgage industry. We all do the same thing.
Yeah. One could argue that we're competitors, but I don't see it that way.
No, we're helping each other.
Yeah.
Your referral partners really are people that are like you. Like, I love to work with people that have the same interests in mind. It makes it so much easier. And it makes it better for the clients, really, because you're helping them with somebody that you can communicate with better, and ultimately it's a better situation for them.
Yeah, I agree with that. I'm excited about that, but, kind of harnessing and continuing that personal growth and development. You mentioned at the beginning of the show about a lot of the books that you've been diving into. I've haven't read as many as you yet, but I'm like trying to pace to keep that one book per week average going. What's a book or two that have really impacted you lately?
I think Limitless is my favorite one that I've read in the last month and a half. It has so many cool insights. It teaches you how to comprehend books and reading better. One of the things it said is learn new ways how to learn. And by learning new ways, it becomes fun, easier, and more enjoyable.
I like that. So one of the ways that I have yet to adopt is Audible and doing books on tape. I haven't done that yet, but I know that there'll be times when I just need some stuff playing in the background. What better way to pour into myself and my mind than have a book playing in the background?
So that's really great. The book also talks about if you're reading, having Bjork specifically play in the background.
Bjork?
Bjork.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah, I think it's Bjork. But have that play in the background, kind of low and mellow. Somehow that music calms your mind and you retain more. Another great thing that the book said right in the beginning was don't sit there and read for 2 hours straight. You're going to, after 20 or 25 minutes, it's just going to be input in, input out, and you're not going to remember anything.
Right.
It talked about taking 20 to 25 minutes and then take notes for 5 minutes, and that's been huge for me. I've got, just on Limitless, I have 4 or 5 pages of notes. And I've done that with every book now, and the retention's been awesome.
And the nice thing is you can go back to your notes and those points that stood out to you, reinforce those points in your mind.
Audible is huge. I do, I drive a lot. I love driving, and I've put Audible on in the background, and I do catch myself. I've read some books about hyperfocus, and it does talk about listening to audiobooks and how you just zone out, and literally you could have listened for the last 15 minutes and you don't have anything in your mind of what they just said.
Right.
I find myself a lot rewinding, listening again, trying to focus. Hyperfocus is actually another really good book that I've read. It talks about how little focus we have nowadays with emails popping up on your screen, social media popping up on your phone, how often you look at your phone. Most people's focus doesn't last more than 40 seconds. And if you're trying to focus on something, truly focus and get in the zone, if you get out of that focus, it takes the average person 22 minutes to get back into hyperfocus.
I've heard those statistics too, and something I don't remember the book I was reading on that, but interestingly enough, one of the things that my coach had me do a long time ago, turn off all the notifications for all the unnecessary apps, so I'm not getting Facebook updates and ping, 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 ping. Really, I just have my email notifications, my text message notifications, and my voicemail notifications, and that's it.
So I have since turned off, and it talks specifically about phones and notifications. It also talks about your computer screen and its notifications for emails and things like that. I have turned off every single notification on my phone except phone calls. On my computer, I've turned off emails. I only check emails once an hour, and I try and focus specifically on one task for at least 20 minutes. And it's amazing. I only started doing this week. The amount of work that you can get done in a 20-minute period definitely supersedes trying to do 18 different things at once, because truly humans can't multitask.
Right.
Well, women can a little bit better than men, but they say you truly can't multitask. If you're focused on something and something else pops up and you go to that, your mind stops one thing and starts another. So you're not multitasking.
So yesterday, what did I do to my voicemail?
Cleared it out.
Yeah.
Did you?
No.
Oh, your voicemail yesterday was
Yeah.
awesome.
So I was having a moment yesterday, like
You
Ryan
were.
said. So you know what? I went ahead and adjusted my expectations for my clients and anybody else who had the nerve to bother me yesterday. I just basically changed my voicemail and said, hey, I'll be checking voicemail between 5 and 6. I'll be out of commission. And maybe I won't even check tonight. Maybe I'll check it tomorrow. That was basically the gist of the message.
It was funny because I knew that you had a massage yesterday afternoon, and I figured it was an hour massage, so I waited until after that.
It was 90 minutes, and it was amazing.
I called you, and I hear this voice message, and I'm thinking, holy shit, he was actually really in some fun. He just wants to check out today and start back over tomorrow, which is totally fine. Like, why not?
Right.
Hey, I'm off until after 7 p.m. or tomorrow.
Yeah, that's pretty much what I said. But I realized that we talked about how to respond to things. So I had this massage scheduled. So I was really looking forward to just letting everything go, hitting the reset button, and then changing that voicemail to your point, eliminating some distractions there. It's not that my clients aren't important, but in order for me to best serve my clients, I need to be taking care of myself first. So that was my mindset yesterday.
I loved it. He called me back about 20 minutes later, and I was like, bro, what the hell's that? He's like, yeah.
He thought I was like off the farm and off the map.
He's gone.
Yeah.
Where'd he go? He's in Joseph for the weekend.
Yeah.
That's okay. But I just want to talk a quick minute about a few key points that I wrote down from Limitless
Yes,
itself.
I'm excited to hear about these.
One of them is, there's no such thing as failure, only failure to learn. Great point.
That's what we kind of discussed last night.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And a little bit earlier here.
Yeah.
Knowledge is only powerful when you see it in action. Knowledge plus action is power. Knowledge itself is worthless.
Yeah. I liken that to over-analysis paralysis. You can sit here and try to perfect everything to the nth degree and get super granular on stuff, but there's no replacement for just doing and just taking action on what you already know and then refining as you go.
Do you care what people think about you?
Not so much anymore.
That's good. Me neither.
Yeah.
That's a key point. That's why I asked you.
I was honestly very self-conscious, and the first podcast show, I was like, I was really worried about what people were going to think. I'm not in the best shape of my life, so I was worried about that, and I'm like,
Or speaking ifs, ands, buts, in.
I don't give a anymore.
You can say it.
I don't give a shit.
This is all an uncensored, remember? I think you're going to like this one. Don't take criticism from someone you wouldn't take advice from.
I've heard that one. I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you taken any criticism over the last 3 or 4 years?
Yeah.
From people that you don't want advice from?
Yep.
Yeah. Pass. Thanks.
Yeah.
Thanks for your input.
I'm no longer letting that bother me anymore either.
No.
Yeah.
It did bother me for a long time.
Yeah. Same here.
Yeah. It's not good. Here's some fun stuff in Limitless. Brain food. What foods are good for your brain? Avocados, blueberries, broccoli, dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate and peanut butter. Eggs, greens, turmeric, walnuts, and obviously water.
That's really focusing on the omega fatty acids and the amino acids, the complete proteins.
Yeah.
It's interesting because I'm taking this morning powder drink called Early Bird, and it has a lot of those foods that have those things in them that make things good for your brain. This has in that drink. So it's got every single amino acid. It's got green tea extract. So it just like wakes you up.
I want to try it.
Yeah, I'll bring some in.
Yeah, I have Spark and coffee.
Blue raz, guava, or orange.
Ooh, let's go blue raz.
Blue raz it is.
Yeah. What else do you want to talk about today, BT?
I want to talk about the book I just recently read.
Love it. What do you got?
Go for No. Because,
Go for No.
Yeah. It's a short little read, but it just tells the story of a copy salesman. I mean, this was written, mind you, back in the 90s, right? But he was doing just enough to get by. So, you know, he had a quota of 5 sales a week. So Monday he knocked out his first 2 sales and decided, I'm going to I deserve a day off. I've got 4 more days to make 3 more sales. And I'll schedule golf. Well, one day led into another. And then the next thing you know, he's like scrambling to finish his sales for the week. And then long story short, he conks his head, goes into this waking dream of visiting his future self. And his future self's this highly successful person that built this empire. And he said, well, how did you do it? He goes, instead of going for yeses and quitting, I just decided I'm going to go for fail. I'm going to fail faster. I'm going to go for no. So if I get 25 no's a day, I've done my job. It doesn't matter how many yeses I get.
How cool is that?
Yeah.
Fail faster.
Yeah. So the whole concept behind this is fail faster to succeed quicker.
That's really cool.
Yeah. And so Ryan and I kind of look at this applying to, you know, lead generation and prospecting phone calls and like that. You know, before our mindset's been, well, if we can get 2 apps this week, we're doing really good, you know, yay. But after I read this book, I'm like, that's the wrong mindset. We need to be thinking about, okay, let's get our tracking together, figure out how many no's a day it's going to take to get to those yeses, and then build around that. So that was kind of an empowering book and shifting the mindset a little bit.
Along those lines, talk about your bracelet.
Yeah, well, I don't know if you guys can see this. It says, call the damn leads. So a lot of people have what would Jesus do bracelets. Ryan and I have call the damn leads bracelets.
Call the damn leads.
Yeah. And actually, Sean said it should say close the damn leads.
You know, sales is ultimately a numbers game, and we're putting in the work to generate as many numbers that we can possibly get to help the most people that we possibly can.
Right. It's okay to talk about numbers as long as, well, in my opinion, and based on the foundational principles of what we're building here, as long as the intention is good behind it. So if our intent is to serve others and help them get better, and we want to help as many people as possible, that's why we talk about numbers. And then we have to like refine the numbers and the processes to know how to be most efficient and effective every day to help the most amount of people.
Yep.
And it's not just people aren't just a factory line of transactional, hey, next. No, we're getting to know these people at a personal level. I'm friending my clients on Facebook and really taking an interest in their lives and what they do. It's awesome.
Talk about another book that you've read.
Well, 10X is better than 2X. I'm in the middle of that one.
Love that.
Yeah.
This is such a great concept. Talk about it.
Yeah, so typically if you're looking to double where you're at, so let's say whatever it is you're doing, let's say you have a retail store and you're selling crystals and, you know, that kind of thing. Maybe it's like a spiritual shop or something. And you have X amount of sales per month. Let's say you're doing $10,000 in sales per month and you want to double to $20,000. Well, the concept is you're not thinking big enough, because by only having that limiting mindset, what you're effectively doing is you're going to continue to spend 80% of the time that's only producing 20% of the results. So you're never going to really grow more than where you're at. But if you like think on a scale bigger, like 10X.
Macro versus micro.
Yeah. How do you go from $10,000 a month in sales to $100,000 a month in sales? Well, all of a sudden, if you have that in your mind, then how you get there is going to be completely different than going from $10,000 to $20,000. And then by having that mindset of how you're going to get there, then that forces your behavioral changes to get there. So now you spend 80% of the time that's going to produce 100% of the results to get you to that 10X.
It takes out that one factor of limiting mindset.
Yep.
it opens your mind to so many other things that you probably didn't think about trying to double.
Mm-hmm. So to that point, Ryan and I have gone from the idea of just being happy being in the broker world to opening a branch. To heck with that, we're going to open 10 branches. So
there it is.
That's our new mindset. That's a goal we haven't really discussed or talked about, but that totally shifts how we're approaching our business by having this idea of opening 10 branches with, enough LOs that each branch is doing minimally $10 million a month in volume. I mean, if we do that, we're going to have $1 billion a year business in sales volume. That's going to be amazing.
It is going to be amazing.
Yeah. And then
we're going to get there.
Yeah. And really, it's just a simple formula for us where once we figure out how to do it once, then we just replicate it 10 times, and then we just create the blueprint.
Some of the stuff I've been reading is about leadership. And I've talked about it before, I've always thought about myself as a good teacher. And that is also being a good leader. And some of the books that I've read just reinforce my thoughts of what I've wanted to do as a leader. We have Anthony right now, but if we're going to have 10 branches with 5 LOs apiece and get to $1 billion a year in volume, it all starts at the top.
Yeah. And the other thing that's interesting about that too, we've got to be good about delegating and training people up and empowering them, because we will never scale to that if we're all trying to do it ourselves.
We have great leaders straight up from us.
Yeah.
We have Rich and Sean.
Yes.
They help a ton. You have an issue, you have a problem, you have a question, they're there, spot on, answered. And not only that, but they'll reach out and say, hey, what are you struggling with? What can I help you with today?
Yeah. It's amazing.
There's nothing I hate more than weekly meetings. When we came to AdCom, they don't have weekly meetings, they have monthly meetings. And it is probably the most well put together meeting I've ever been a part of. There's a PowerPoint.
There's an agenda.
They
start on time.
And it always lasts about 45 minutes. You know what you're getting into. We talk about people's successes, and I think that's huge. We talk about people's goals. That's huge. We talk about the office numbers.
Yeah.
Everything's just transparent, and I love transparency.
Yeah, that's one of our foundational principles of what we're building, and a lot in alignment with how Rich and Sean do it at AdCom Group, a.k.a. Home Trust Financial, and on up from there how United Wholesale Mortgage and some of our other lending partners do it too. Kind Lending comes to mind. There's just a ton of transparency, and I love it.
Yes.
Yeah, and that's how we're going to be too. And the thing I'm excited about is being able to pour into other people who want to level up, so to speak, people who have ambitions of running their own branch. Well, you and I are going to be able to empower people. Anthony comes to mind. He's going to be an amazing branch manager when the time is right for us and for him.
Amazing.
Yeah. And
that's our goal. Our second branch goal is San Diego.
Yeah, we want to build around him and empower him to create something amazing down there. And look, like you alluded to in a show, might have been the last show, but if we can empower somebody and they want to spread their wings and go out on their own, we're not going to hold them back.
No.
Yeah.
Lift them up.
Yeah. We want to create such an amazing environment that they never want to leave. But ultimately, if they decide what's best for them and their family is they need to go do their own thing, I'm not going to stop them from doing that. In fact, I will be their biggest cheerleader, and I will promote them. And I know you will too.
Oh, that would be one of the coolest things ever.
Yeah, 100%.
Well, we got through our shit week. It's Friday, and
Yeah.
this show is hopefully going to drop today or soon.
Yeah, we've got Loan Club coming up
In about an hour.
Yeah, and I think we've both decided we're going to come in on a Saturday and just have some undistracted time of focus. So whether that's working on part of our 90-day action plan, whatever it is, I'm honestly excited to get in the office tomorrow and just to work on a weekend just to set the next week up.
Can't wait.
Yeah. Well, everybody, thank you so much for tuning in. We'll drop our website when it's up and running. We'll let you know about that. And if you haven't already, subscribe to one of our podcast shows on any of the channels. We're pretty much on every platform out there. So
just go to allinuncensored.com, and they're all there. You can just click on them. It's nice and easy. Check us out on YouTube. we're there. We're going to start dropping some shorts and some educational stuff.
Not literally. We're not literally going to drop our shorts. Just video shorts, guys. Get your minds out of the gutter.
Come on.
Come on, you guys. Hey, you know what it is?
It's another great day.
It's another great day.